So, you guys know here on the channel I look for the most interesting news-based stories so you guys can find out the latest pop culture news. So recently I came across this pretty interesting article that is pretty questionable. So what is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of Marvel. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos, and you can enter a competition to win tickets for EndGame. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below why should you win. So this article is pretty interesting. So Marvel Studios has plans for Chris Evans' Captain America. Now this caught my eye. Why? Because literally in EndGame, we've seen the end of Chris Evans. He literally made it pretty clear that he was done with the MCU before the movie came out. And we know during this movie, Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, was pretty much given the shield. So he is currently the Captain America. But according to this source, it says Marvel Studios would like to further explore Steve's adventures throughout time in future movies or TV series. To be specific, they want to show true believers what it was like when they reunited with Red Skull, lived in a domestic bliss with Peggy Carter, etc. So this idea would be pretty interesting. We do know that Chris Evans isn't completely gone in the MCU. It's not like he was killed. He still exists, so it's not like the Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark role where obviously Iron Man was killed in the movie, but it is comic book logic. So even if Robert Downey Jr. aka Iron Man was killed, or even if they did kill Captain America, which they didn't, they passed the torch, he could realistically return. Now this would be a very fantastic idea. Although there is technically a Captain America TV show coming to the Disney streaming service very soon that was slated at San Diego Comic-Con recently on the just past Saturday, it would be very interesting to see this. I'm not the biggest Captain America fan, but I'd be down to watch this. I think it'd be a very interesting show. So guys, let me know. Would you be interested to see Chris Evans, the Adventures of Chris Evans? It will be similar to the Loki TV show that is going to explore what Loki's been doing throughout time, and then he will reappear probably before Thor 4 in the current day. It would be very interesting. So right now, it's a very good time to be a Marvel fan. There is many Marvel properties coming up in the future in the next 2 years, starting with the Black Widow movie. There's 10 properties over the next 2 years. Then we have Phase 5 starting in 2022-ish, and there's going to be a lot of movies there. So it's a fantastic time to be a Marvel pop culture based hero fan, pretty much. It's a very good time. And then we've got loads of DC properties reappearing. We obviously have Joaquin Phoenix later this year in October. Then we have Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad 2. There is a good bunch of pretty cool stuff coming up. So also the Russo brothers did actually clarify a scene which basically seen Captain America literally beheaded. It was a terrifying, scary scene that would have been pretty cool. So apparently he was supposed to be taunting the Avengers by killing previous Steve Rogers. It would have been very interesting if we did get to see this scene. Now there are still a lot of deleted scenes that was spoken about at San Diego Comic-Con, but it's not realistically that we're actually going to get to see these scenes. But if you are a big Captain America fan, I suggest you Google Captain America Avengers Endgame Infinity War deleted scenes, because it seems like from a Captain America's fan point of view, it seems like Captain America had the most deleted scenes, as he was one of the original Avengers. He's had a lot of deleted scenes with his head being chopped off. We did see the deleted scene where all the Avengers bend the knee to Tony Stark, which was a pretty cool scene, but I understand why they took it out. The main reason was because if this was in the movie, there'd be no point having a funeral scene as well, because the funeral was to pay respect to essentially Tony Stark. So they're not exactly going to have two identical scenes. There is so many deleted scenes that were spoken about from Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus at San Diego Comic-Con last weekend that we are never going to get to see, like the Mindscape, Doctor Strange, the Living Tribunal, the Trial of Thanos. The movie could have been very different to the one we actually got. It is pretty astonishing what we could have seen. So let's go into more details. So the scene I said earlier, the scene in question was basically a decapitated 2014 Thanos going to fight the Avengers while Nebula traveled back, well, essentially traveled to 2023 to open the portal for the final battle sequence. While on Earth, Thanos was meant to not only kill the 2014 Captain America, but take his head off. Taking his head through the portal back to 2023, where he would mic drop it in front of the present Captain America to taunt him. It sounds like such a savage scene, and it does sound pretty interesting, guys, because Captain America is one of the most famous Avengers. Most people, Spider-Man is their #1 hero. We're talking about with like younger people, as younger people sell toys. Now, this wasn't an April's Fool. It is quite a savage scene, and I can see when Marvel took it out, because it is, Marvel essentially is a PG-13 company. Whether you want to believe it or not, Marvel technically does market their movies at a younger audience. So guys, let me know down below, what is your favorite deleted scene that we're never going to get to see? Is it the scene where Living Tribunal was supposed to appear? Is it the scene where Steve Rogers was supposed to see his head chopped off from a previous year? That would have been pretty savage. Or was it the scene where Thanos was going to get sent through the Mindscape via Doctor Strange? So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and any video requests down below, that would be much appreciated, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.